That's weird. I guess it only works in the browser because there we go.
And I'm back, sorry.
Cool.
Is there a way within the app for us to re-invite you?
No, I'm online now.
Oh, okay.
So
And then Chris Riley.
Voices
too,
Glickman 10/20/21.
Yep.
Yeah. So I just sent a Slack in it just to confirm.
So, yep.
Great.
So I think we'd want to make sure that Chris Riley is in there too, even though,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's funny, I haven't signed into this Slack in a while and there's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's the one downside, I think, maybe I don't think it's worth creating a new channel for each event since we're already communicating. Like a lot of us are on the pre-production side of things using it. But it's going to populate with a lot of information that, oh, there's the confidence monitor.
And everything's going to be backwards. And we'll let people know that. But it's backwards for them, not for the stream out.
Okay.
And they won't notice once it's Eric talking, unless they know his left ear from his right ear. Or they parts his hair.
All right. And so again, that's just for the actual participants to follow along in real time so that they are seeing cues.
So Chris is asking who among you want to be participants?
Rick is going to be participant 1 and Christina is going to be participant 2.
Cool.
What their names are, I don't know.
So that means, Rick, you are our moderator?
Yeah, I guess it's moderator, same status as participant. I guess I'm moderator. Yeah. Sure. I'm the moderator.
You'd be the first one to talk, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave Rick no information except we need talent.
And he's got plenty. He's the host with the most.
Well, that might actually be good because our moderator would need to be walked through anyway.
Yes.
So we can just treat it as if it's the real deal.
Yep.
And so are we going to be able to hear Chris Riley? Like we as in, let's say we're, the actual participant, Stan Glickman. And
Yeah.
If you want.
oh, okay, there you are. Okay, I didn't know for some reason there was. Yeah, I think so, because I think you'll want to, when we run through the open with, especially with moderator, we'll want to hear your. I mean, I always want to hear you. But.
Yeah, so he'll make Rick a participant, Christina participant, and then yeah, we'll go through the run of show.
Okay, so why don't all of you disappear except for Rick and Christine?
Okay.
Oh, sorry. And is there a YouTube URL that we should be looking at in addition to the Kaltura link that you shared, Sean?
Yes.
Riley's getting it.
Just drop it in the chat.
So at this point, we'd be explaining to Rick and Christina that the best way to view this is to turn off non-video participants in your view. And we can explain how to do that if you don't know how to do it, but just pretty much go to any name that you see in a black bubble, the 3 dots, and hit hide non-video participants.
Thank you.
Sean, at this point, should I be just assigning host? I know you guys are co-hosts, but should I assign host to Chris or you, or?
No, you can stay host.
Okay.
So Christina and Rick, you should be able to see only yourselves and the graphics, right? Cool.
All right, we ready?
And in a second, hold on, let me get my view back. So what we're gonna do is Chris is gonna play back this slide will be up and it looks backwards to you guys. That's fine. It looks correct in the right place. Oh, before we go that far, in the chat, did you share the YouTube,
Yes.
Chris? I don't see it.
I don't see it either. Oh, in Slack?
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I sent it to turn in, I think.
So Chris is all set.
No, host and panelists. Should be there.
Okay.
Oh,
There we go.
the
Wait.
Slack link?
Oh, wait, no.
No, I still don't see it.
Yeah.
Where did I send it? Oh, turn in, yeah.
There we go.
Okay, there it is. Thank you.
Cool. And it's live. So you can see it's all looking proper there, but we're not going to share that with our talented day of. But yeah, it's live. So you can see it's all looking proper there, but we're not going to. Ah. There's one distinct. Okay, on my side, I was doing something weird. Okay, so at this point, we'll explain that. So we'll explain that.
Culture and Nutrition at Tufts University. In our program today, Secretary Glickman will talk about his unique leadership journey, with a particular focus on work with nutrition and agriculture and the impact on climate change and public health. He will be joined in conversation with Harvard T.H. Chan professor Walter Willett. Dr. Willett is the most cited nutritionist internationally. He is a member of the National Academy of Medicine and the National Academy of the Sciences and the recipient of many national and international awards for his research. Professor Willett, I turn this discussion over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, that didn't go well. So there were two things I forgot to tell you is Rick will chat with you that it's time to drop your audio or unmute yourself. Also, the graphics didn't go away.
No, it didn't, because something's wrong with the audio where Samson couldn't hear Eric talking, or I guess nobody could. So I don't know what, something went wrong up here. So
Yeah, you could hear it on YouTube. You can't hear it on the Zoom call though.
In the beginning on YouTube, I didn't hear him. Like the first sentence or so was clipped off, but then I heard him. I don't know that we will be able to hear audio coming back to us in Zoom. Is that correct?
Yeah, you won't be able to hear audio coming back to you in Zoom. It would create a loop, but yeah, you just have the video or the visual cue. But it was coming through on YouTube.
Not muted in Wirecast, you're fine.
Yeah, I heard it
Hear
on
exactly how
YouTube.
it is now. We'll try one more time.
And I muted everybody. I just kind of stepped in because I could hear background noise from people's mics. So just want to make sure that we have everybody muted, and probably ask the moderator to unmute themselves.
Yeah.
Can they unmute? Yeah, because I know in the case of just a normal Zoom call, if I mute somebody, they have to unmute themselves. I can't unmute them to bring them
Right.
back. That's on them. I'm guessing it's the same way with webinar.
Yeah, it is.
This,
So it's just a matter of making sure that we let you know that you need to unmute yourself. So let's do that again, but with everybody noticing on Zoom, you don't hear the audio. It's only going to YouTube. And we'll chat you, letting you know that it's about 20 seconds out before, or when you see the disc or the graphics drop is when you should start talking and unmute
But now
yourself.
Sean, is that graphic going to come back up like after Eric speaks and then you see the open for voices? Is that graphic with Dan Glickman going to come back up again, or is it just once that voices open is done, it's go time?
For this event, once that's done, it's go time.
Okay.
Then at the end, we'll bring up the same slide and kill everything and be good to go.
Okay.
So, okay. So again, with the same instructions of once you see the graphic go away after Eric's speaking, that's when you should start talking. Ask Christina a question and yeah, just unmute yourselves.
How do you guys control whether or not the audio is going through to YouTube? So right now I can hear obviously an echo of ourselves.
Yep. By just sending out through Wirecast, anything coming into the Zoom call is going out to Wirecast.
But are you muting? Like, so for the, I'm thinking of those 8 to 10 minutes where we'll be live, but it'll just be the holding image. Talk to the participants. Is that something that we can do?
Yes. So Chris, if you put up the holding slide and click mute on the output.
yeah, I was doing that.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to Voices in Leadership from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. My name is Eric Anderson, the director of this program, and I welcome you to another exciting installment. Our goal with Voices in Leadership is to focus on effective leadership to create positive change in public health. Today we welcome Dan Glickman, former Secretary of Agriculture serving in President Bill Clinton's cabinet from 1995 to 2001. Before his appointment as Secretary of Agriculture, he served for 18 years in the U.S. House of Representatives for the 4th Congressional District of Kansas. Secretary Glickman served as chairman of the Motion Picture Association of America from 2004 to 2010. Prior to his appointment at the MPAA, he was the director of the Harvard Kennedy School's Institute of Politics. Secretary Glickman is a senior counselor and chair of the International Advisory Board at APCO Worldwide. He also serves as a senior fellow at the Bipartisan Policy Center, a DC-based think tank that fosters bipartisanship. Secretary Glickman is an adjunct professor of agriculture and nutrition at Tufts University. In our program today, Secretary Glickman will talk about his unique leadership journey, with a particular focus on work with nutrition and agriculture and the impact on climate change and public health. He will be joined in conversation with Harvard T.H. Chan professor Walter Willett. Dr. Willett is the most cited nutritionist internationally. He is a member of the National Academy of Medicine and the National Academy of the Sciences and the recipient of many national and international awards for his research. Professor Willett, I turn this discussion over to you. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Voices in Leadership. I'm here with Christina Roach, and on this fine fall day, I guess we'll start off by just asking you if you were able to participate in any fall type events this year. I know it's a little strange with the pandemic and all, but they're partaking in any of the things that people normally do in the fall.
Well, not yet, but I do plan to go on apple picking next weekend, hopefully, if the weather cooperates. The classic New England adventure.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I went out and did the same week or two ago, and it was wonderful. Found a pretty quiet place, so that was nice.
Did you really?
Yeah. I'll have to look up the name of it. I forget. I'd never been there before, but it was recommended by some friends, because we'd gone to another place called Honey Pot in the past, and that's just overrun with people. I think that's in Sudbury. Yeah. No trips to fairs or anything like that? Or
Not yet, no, but I plan to do a number of scary movies.
nice.
Yeah, I do like a good scary movie, although it is hard to find a really good scary movie that's not like uber violent. I don't like the really violent ones.
Yeah, that is a tough one. I'd find that difficult. I don't really, not a horror fan, so I don't. Yeah. So so when you say scary, could it be a suspenseful as opposed to?
Suspenseful is good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Definitely. That's actually a great way of putting it.
Yeah, I can deal with that, but yeah, classic horror, gore, and all that stuff. It's not. Yeah, I'm even a little afraid to watch that new show that's all the rage on Netflix, Squid Games.
Okay,
Have
so
you heard of that?
I've seen lots of headlines about it. I know nothing about it though.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know if you remember the old Stephen King Running Man movie. Well, it's a book at first. So it was basically a like a game where prisoners can win their trip to freedom by like participating in this game, but there's dire consequences if they don't succeed.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
but this one is a Korean movie. Sorry, it's a series. And it's I don't know, it's all the craze, I guess.
Oh,
The
wow.
one on Netflix. Yeah.
I've seen so many headlines about it. excuse me, I'm losing my voice. It sounds a little like Hunger Games, but
It's Running Man meets Hunger Games. Kind
Ah,
of.
okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah. It's not totally original, but I mean, people are really into it. It's funny. My neighbor, and I don't know, he's like a junior high kid, and he's like wearing like a mask from it. I'm like, are you allowed to watch that? I'm like, I'm afraid to watch that. And he's filling me in on it because it's like I was like, I'm afraid to watch it, but can you just give me a synopsis of like what's going on?
Well, I've actually gone to Salem numerous times this summer, about three times or so.
Oh, cool.
But I avoid it ironically, I avoid it in October because it's kind of crazy busy.
No, I heard that were they requiring vaccinations? I thought that I heard like something on NPR, like that they were going to try to do something where they would encourage, I don't know how they were going to do this, but in Salem, but somehow tie in like, if you want to come celebrate in Salem, you need to get vaccinated. I don't know how they would enforce like showing like, yes, your card as you enter the town. They can have one central location where everybody has to come through. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'd heard something like that on NPR, but
I don't
if anything came of it.
know.
It was probably just something proposed. I don't know how it would be enforced.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
sorry to jump in here. Awesome conversation. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
Very exciting. Two questions, Chris. There was a background that we had up earlier for the dual screen, like you're showing now on YouTube, but there was I guess questions or concerns from Eric and Christina, maybe. I forget who, but can you show that, Chris? Yeah, that thing. So is this something we'd want to use or not want to use?
So I think we'd want to use something for sure, but Eric, you could weigh
Yeah.
in on what you'd like the visual to be.
Yeah, I don't see. What are you? I'm not sure I know what you're talking about because I don't see anything.
Oh,
Oh.
because you're not looking at YouTube. Here, I'll share my screen. So, Eric, do you see this?
I do.
Okay. So, and it's not, yeah. Oh, on YouTube it went weird. That's fine. So for Chris Riley, before you had made it so that they were all cleaned up and everything.
Yes.
Is that available now or not?
To
I think when we tested last week, there was the back.
yeah, I have it there on YouTube, but I guess Eric can't see it.
No, I shared YouTube with them, but earlier today even, like it looked different than it looks now.
Looks like it's really zoomed in on the voices background.
It is because I didn't have a blank one.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Why do you want me to email you a blank one?
That one too.
Zoomed in on the voices background.
It is because I didn't have a blank one.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Why do you want me to email you a blank one?
That one too.
Zoomed in on the voices background.
Yeah. So
I didn't
now,
have a blank
Do you
Bill
see
Clinton's cabinet
levels?
from
Yeah, I did.
1995 to 2001. Before his appointment as Secretary of Agriculture, he served for 18 years in the U.S. House of Representatives for the 4th Congressional District of Kansas. Secretary Glickman served as chairman of
Can
the
you add the
Motion
audio
Picture
for the YouTube
Association of
for the-
America from 2004
I just put
to
it back
2010.
on.
Oh, sorry, I muted myself.
Prior to his appointment at the MPAA,
Hey.
he was the director of the Harvard Kennedy School's Institute of Politics. Secretary Glickman is a senior counselor and chair of the International Advisory Board at APCO Worldwide. He also serves as a senior fellow at the Bipartisan Policy Center, a DC-based think tank that fosters bipartisanship. Secretary Glickman is an adjunct professor of agriculture and nutrition at Tufts University. In our program today, Secretary Glickman will talk about his unique leadership journey, with a particular focus on work with nutrition and agriculture and the impact on climate change and public health. He will be joined in conversation with Harvard T.H. Chan professor Walter Willett. Dr. Willett is the most cited nutritionist internationally. He is a member of the National Academy of Medicine and the National Academy of the Sciences and the recipient of many national and international awards for his research. Professor Willett, I turn this discussion over to you. Thank you.
Hello, Christina. How are you doing? Great to have you here.
So did you guys see that on YouTube? It's still going right now. It's a mixture of the.
Because we're seeing a third screen. I'm seeing like
Yeah, you guys
the
are.
switch. I'm
but on
definitely seeing
YouTube,
the switch now.
it did cut to a 2-shot. But I'm just gonna hold on one second.
Yeah, it cut
Graphic-
to a tour shot here too that I saw. That's what confused me a little bit. I didn't
Graphics
know.
needs to kill their video. There.
So should I go?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Let me do it again.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But so what I'm waiting for is like right after the open for voices, that's when it's not going to come back to this screen again. It's not going to come back to
No.
this foot. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
what you should see is Eric talking and then he stops talking and it
Yeah.
disappears.
Okay. Okay. Right. Then.
And Chris,
Okay.
feel free to go to the last 10 seconds of that or something so that go to
It's not that easy to jump around, but hold on a second.
Except when it wants to jump around to the middle, right?
once you get up and get down.
Nice. Want some House of Pain?
Hello, and welcome to Voices in Leadership from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. My name is Eric Anderson, the director of this program, and I welcome you to another exciting installment. Our goal with Voices in Leadership is to focus on effective leadership to create positive change in public health. Today we welcome Dan Glickman, former Secretary of Agriculture serving in President Bill Clinton's cabinet from 1995 to 2001. Before his appointment as Secretary of Agriculture, he served for 18 years in the U.S. House of Representatives for the 4th Congressional District of Kansas. Secretary Glickman served as chairman of the Motion Picture Association of America from 2004 to 2010. Prior to his appointment at the MPAA, he was the director of the Harvard Kennedy School's Institute of Politics. Secretary Glickman is a senior counselor and chair of the International Advisory Board at APCO Worldwide. He also serves as a senior fellow at the Bipartisan Policy Center, a DC-based think tank that fosters bipartisanship. Secretary Glickman is an adjunct professor of agriculture and nutrition at Tufts University. In our program today, Secretary Glickman will talk about his unique leadership journey, with a particular focus on work with nutrition and agriculture and the impact on climate change and public health. He will be joined in conversation with Harvard T.H. Chan professor Walter Willett. Dr. Willett is the most cited nutritionist internationally. He is a member of the National Academy of Medicine and the National Academy of the Sciences and the recipient of many national and international awards for his research. Professor Willett, I turn this discussion over to you. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Voices. We're really happy to have Christina Roach here with me today to join us for this conversation. I guess we can pick up where we left off on. Okay, so if you're going to an orchard, what is
So
the
did you guys see that again on the transition?
Yeah, at the beginning and there was that 2-shot. Yeah. So it's just, is the graphic one is not, it's still up?
Chris,
Yeah,
stop the graphics. Chris. Stop the graphics.
all right, can I do it one more time and I'll stop the intro after the picture one and I'll cut Eric's short. Hello?
Yeah, I don't know. Fine with me. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, no, definitely. You do what you gotta do. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, and we're still. Oh, sorry. I guess I muted myself. My bad. Sorry. Okay. So we have Christina Roach here and still seeing that screen, the graphic screen, but I guess I'll just keep going with this. What varieties of apples do you look for when you're at the orchard?
Well, I like a Macintosh, who doesn't? And I think there's one called, is it called Lady Slipper, maybe? Something like that. I might be making that up.
There are so many. It's like amazing how many varieties there are, and just like hybrid varieties that have come about. Yeah, I'm a big McCown fan. I don't know if you've tried those. Those are it's kind of on the Macintosh. I think if you like a Macintosh, you probably like a McCown.
Yeah.
I think they're a little better.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's amazing like how like in they're when they're in prime, it's such a short amount of time. Like when I was there were certain ones that were already gone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some that come like a few weeks earlier than others, and
So Chris and Sean, I'm seeing on YouTube, I'm seeing most of the 2-shot transitions to 1-shots are cuts, but some are still dissolves. I think when we cut away from Rick's first question to Christina, from the 2-shot to the close-up of her, it was a dissolve. It was kind of slow.
Yeah, I did that by accident.
Oh, okay.
Now, is there a reason why that graphics thing? Oh, there it's gone again. Why it's Because is that the one that's supposed to be the cue for us to know when to start, but it just needs to be taken out right before the I start to speak, correct? Otherwise, it seems a little confusing, I think, to the viewer, but maybe not. I don't know.
I'm not seeing that third window on the YouTube side of things, but I do wonder if it has something to do with where we're getting.
I mean, it's gone now, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming up. It's definitely coming up in Zoom. It's like a program feed, I guess. You know.
Yeah, there's no other way to have the participants be in real time in terms of starting without some kind of visual cue. So that's what it's for. But I'm wondering if
No, but yeah, I understand it's a visual cue, but doesn't it need to like go? Doesn't it need to be cut out like right before the actual conversation begins?
I don't know, Chris and Sean, is that? Oh.
So you're asking, so the graphics, yeah, they should go away before the conversation begins. That's your cue.
Yeah, that's. I was just asking because it just seemed like they kept coming back up. I didn't know if that was like supposed to be some sort of like program feed for them to see what was going on. I think that would just be distracting.
Yep. So the idea is that once Eric stops talking, we stop sharing the graphics, and then you guys start talking. Can we do that again?
I'm happy to give it another try.
Yeah, one more time, and then I gotta go.
Hello, and welcome to Voices in Leadership from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. My name is Eric Anderson, the director of this program, and I welcome you to another exciting installment. Our goal with Voices in Leadership is to focus on effective leadership to create positive change in public health. Today we welcome Dan Glickman, former Secretary of Agriculture serving in President Bill Clinton's cabinet from 1995 to 2001. Before his appointment as Secretary of Agriculture, he served for 18 years in the U.S. House of Representatives for the 4th Congressional District of Kansas. Secretary Glickman served as chairman of the Motion Picture Association of America from 2004 to 2010. Prior to his appointment at the MPAA, he was the director of the Harvard Kennedy School's Institute of Politics. Secretary Glickman is a senior counselor and chair of the International Advisory Board at APCO Worldwide. He also serves as a senior fellow at the Bipartisan Policy Center, a DC-based think tank that fosters bipartisanship. Secretary Glickman is an adjunct professor of agriculture and nutrition at Tufts University. In our program today, Secretary Glickman will talk about his unique leadership journey, with a particular focus on work with nutrition and agriculture and the impact on climate change and public health. He will be joined in conversation with Harvard T.H. Chan professor Walter Willett. Dr. Willett is the most cited nutritionist internationally. He is a member of the National Academy of Medicine and the National Academy of the Sciences and the recipient of many national and international awards for his research. Professor Willett, I turn this discussion over to you. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Voices. We are here with Christina Roach, and while we were away, I was able to do a little research, and there is a apple called the Pink Lady that you may be talking.
That's exactly what I had in mind. Yes, thank you.
The Lady Slipper is a flower that actually looks like it looks a lot like a ballet slipper.
Ah,
Like the pink lady, and I could understand why you might like that because they say it's like a good for apple pies, which is also a Macintosh type thing, like a good cooking apple.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I was little, I think Golden Delicious was one of my favorites. But as an adult, yeah, I've leaned more towards the Macintoshes. I don't know.
Okay,
Macintosh is good. Yeah,
That was-
I'm sure.
better. So once it's done, we'll just go back to the slide.
I agree, Samson. Honeycrisp is also an excellent choice.
That is a good one. They were out of those were the ones that were past season. Honeycrisps. I was scouring the orchard. Those were past season.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So it will also tell the participants not to talk after they're done talking and mute themselves, and then we'll let them know. So Chris went to the slide. We'll kill the YouTube feed.